Hey, Steeler Nation. How is everybody doing today? Happy Thursday. I hope your week has been super fun so far. Thank you guys so much for joining me to another week of Ask Mackenzie. I am so sorry the past 2 weeks I've been absent. I have been busy. I've been doing things. Last week I was in Lake Tahoe for the American Century Golf tournament where we saw so many athletes, you guys. I saw so many athletes. I don't think I was ever going to be in an area with that many of the country's best athletes. So, what a great experience that was. We'll talk later about it, but I got to meet Jerome Bettis. Patrick Peterson was literally the coolest experience of my life. However, today on this show, it's not going to just be me today, you guys. I have a guest coming. Don't know how long he's going to be here for, but he's here now, and we're just going to talk about the latest things that maybe we're excited to see next season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Steelers fan, hello. Daredevil, hello. Let me just say hi to y'all so far. Steeler Nation, Australia. Hey, Mark. How you doing today, mate, in down under? Tahoe was great. And everyone say hi to my little puppy. Say hi, Tuck. He says hi. All right, we're going to make our guest in now. In 3, 2, 1. Who is it? It's Caleb! Hi, Caleb. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So good. I'm super, in a great headspace right now. I don't know why. Just everything seems to be going well so far. I don't know. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm fresh off of a flag football ejection on Sunday. A softball win on Tuesday. Hopefully, one here in a little bit. And other than that, I'm just ready for this dead space of the off season to be over.
Dude, you and me both. It's literally been like trying to pull teeth from my dog. That's how hard it's been so far. Just like not getting anything like newsworthy to talk about that's like kind of a big deal. I mean, Alex Highsmith getting that new contract is probably the biggest thing that's happened to us in a while.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like now that happened, we're in a place where things are probably starting to, I don't know, get heavier, like not heavier, but like heat up a little bit more because we're only 6 days away from training camp now. So things are kind of like everyone's getting out their last bit of energy, like playing softball last weekend. Kenny Pickett hitting 2 homers at that softball game. Seems like he had a lot in his system. He's just ready
Yeah.
to get. But yeah, no, did you get to catch any of that? You weren't in Pittsburgh for that, right?
I was not. I wanted to be, but I was not. Maybe
Okay.
next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. That looked really cool. However, I think I got the longer end of the stick on this one, being where I was in Lake Tahoe. I don't think I would have traded that for the world. Just being able to experience what I experienced. So it was so surreal, so
Well,
surreal.
yeah, you got to meet Pat. You got some scribbles on your hat from the other Pat and Pat Pete.
You
And
guys, my hat. This is a freshly signed hat by the Patrick Peterson. I don't know if you can see. Oh my
that's
god,
a Hall of Fame. That's a Hall of Fame hat.
it is a Hall of Fame hat. I'm like trying to figure it out. See, there's his number right there. Right there. No, it was super cool. Jerome Bettis is the nicest human ever. Like I just like the smile on his face, it never goes away. It's just he's so sweet, and I don't know. I guess that's what I expected from him too. But he just like you just wanted to hug him. He just looked so happy, like you just wanted to give him so many hugs.
He's like a big teddy bear.
He's like a big teddy bear. Jared Devils has put that hat in a glass case. You don't
Yeah.
you think it's a little ballsy having this out right here?
I mean, she's definitely not wearing it outside of the house.
Well, okay, you know what's crazy? I didn't realize, like, I don't know, I don't have many. Did he sign it PP 20? He signed it something 20. I guess I didn't realize like how many people were so like, I don't know, I never got autographs from people growing up, so I never knew like the excitement to like, or the worth that like comes with getting an autograph, right? So I think this was one of the first like NFL players I've ever had sign something
Mm-hmm.
that's not a Baltimore Raven, or not counting them. When I was in like middle school, we did some like active thing, and like I won, and I got to spend the day with like the Baltimore Ravens. And it was hard. It was really
Did you
hard.
wear your Steelers jersey all day?
I don't know what I wore. I think I had to wear a shirt with like what we were doing. But yeah, no, I mean, cool to be around an NFL team. Not cool that it was the Baltimore Ravens out of all of the teams there. So yeah, whatever. But all right, I'm curious. I'm curious. Does iron sharpen iron?
Well, like like in real life, or are you talking about in football terms?
I'm talking about JJ Watt sharpening TJ Watt's iron.
Yeah, that's for TJ. I mean, who better to have as your big brother than a future Hall of Famer who's won what 3 Defense Player of the Year awards.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's not a better person to learn from, and I don't know if iron actually sharpens iron, but I mean, in this case, we'll say it does.
Well, if JJ Watt is iron and if TJ Watt is iron, then I guess iron sharpens iron. No, that's a joke. But for me, the funniest thing about seeing JJ Watt and TJ Watt work out together is thinking in the back of my mind that all of these other teams around the NFL, all of their like whatever they are in defense, or whatever player you are, whatever position you are, just the fact that you have someone like TJ Watt trying to make you better, like trying to make TJ Watt better, and TJ Watt's already a dog. So like what do you think about that? Like seeing someone like that, like do you think that like TJ Watt is really gonna take away a lot from his brother? And do you really think that he's has maybe a bigger advantage over other pass rushers in edge rushers in the league?
I mean, I think we've already seen everything he's learned from JJ, just as far as like one of JJ's trademarks was swatting the balls down or jumping up, getting interceptions. I mean, TJ does that to a T. They both have the relentless motors. I mean, they don't play the same position, but they're almost a carbon copy of each other. It feels like.
I I know, and I love that because we don't. When was the last time we saw something like this happen, like ever in the NFL? Like you know what I mean? Like these,
Like
like
2 Defense Player of the Years as brothers.
yeah, and then like one goes on to retire to help the other one continue to get better.
Yeah. Well, what it was like 2 years ago, they were in Wisconsin in a frozen lake, just like laying in there, and I don't know why you would decide to cut a hole in the lake and then just chill in it. You just go to a facility and an ice bath, but I guess the picture was cool.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I feel like the cold isn't anything for them anymore once you've experienced that type of weather.
Hmm.
Jeremiah says that PJ Watt is iron, then Mackenzie's a beautiful diamond. I'm sorry, I just read that now. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't expect that. Thank you, Jeremiah. Steelers fan says, why the league focuses on throwing as Steelers say, F that. We are going to focus playing on old school, running the ball and hard-nosed defense, smash mouth football. What do you mean by this, Steelers fan? Are you saying that the league is talking crap on us still? Because hey, that's just like a daily thing at this point.
I think he's referring to the league's focusing. I think he meant while the league is focusing on throwing the football, the Steelers are saying F that, and that we're going to focus on running the ball with a hard nosed defense, which is, that's kind of been our MO.
Right.
I mean, we passed the ball a lot back in the AB L Bell days, but we were also a very well balanced offense during that time too, because Le'Veon was able to run for 1,200 yards.
Well, that would make a lot of sense. So I wanted to, well, that kind of like gets me thinking, okay, this is really random, but right now, during the controversy of like running backs not getting their fair pay, does this deal that Alex Highsmith has, like $68 million 4-year deal for an edge rusher, do you think this is like something that running backs like are getting angry about? Maybe because some of them aren't getting paid as much as like maybe a third. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, do you think that this is something that, I mean, yeah, you're going to be happy about it, but like running backs who aren't getting paid that much that are producing like that, what do you think that says?
It's hard for the running back position to. I think Todd Gurley is the one who ended up screwing the running back position's contracts, just because he got paid. He went off the year he got paid, and then his knees just went out. But he had knee issues dating back to college, so I mean that was in his, resume essentially. Um, I don't know. It's tough because you get so many of these running backs that are like Jalen Warren, for example, who come out of nowhere and they get behind a decent offensive line or a really good offensive line, and they put up numbers, and it just makes the starter. I'm not saying Najee is expendable due to Jalen Warren, but in other teams' cases, I mean, like the Colts, they had Jonathan Taylor, Naeem Hines, Marlon Mack, or you can go back to the Chargers when they had LT, Darren Sproles, Michael Turner. I mean, it goes back so many years of just solid running back play, and it's not just from the starter. And like if they touch the ball so many times in a game, they're more likely to get hurt in those situations. Um, I, I don't know. They deserve to get paid by what they do for a team. Like Saquon's the most important person on the Giants, and they didn't want to fork over a little bit more guaranteed money. And now Le'Veon's going back, and he's regretting not taking the contract, even though he didn't get the guaranteed money he wanted. I think Najee's going to get a second contract because the Steelers do love their running backs, and I mean Najee is a Steeler. I mean, if you were to draw a running back that looked like a Steeler, it would be Najee. And I think he deserves a second contract once that time comes, because I mean that's probably 2 years away now, because he's going into year three. Next year will be year four. I think they have to pick up his fifth year option or decide on it next year. Um, and then I think we'll see him get his contract going in to that fifth year season. Um, and I hope he gets it. Like he deserves it. We use him. Like I saw some stat today after his rookie year, he's carried the ball the most in the NFL, which is unfair to him because we had a really shitty offensive line. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is what it is.
It feels as if Najee hasn't been able to like show his full potential with the Pittsburgh Steelers yet, just because of like being like good year Ben, bad year Ben. I don't even know, Mitch Kenny year. Like it seems as if the inconsistency with your quarterback does take a toll on anyone. It's like for me, I think about it as like well, I was a swimmer, but like if our coach was changing all the time, the coach wasn't really truly invested in me and as much as I would have liked them to be, and they wouldn't know as well as I would have liked a coach to, because they haven't been with me during all this time. So like in the sense of like Najee being with a quarterback and really being able to develop that chemistry with a quarterback over the years hasn't been there. And a lot of other running backs around the league are able to say that they've been with the same quarterback since they've gotten drafted. So you
Yeah,
have to think about that in a sense as well, because Najee is really, really freaking good at his job.
yeah,
And this is hopefully going to be the year that we see Najee's full potential. And this comment right here is really, really is going to be a battle right here when Najee and Pat's contracts are both up. Who would you pay first? Part of
Pat.
me wants to what?
It'd be Pat.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's Pat.
Yeah. Right. Part of me is gonna want to say Pat, and this is and this is where I feel like the controversies are gonna start to come in. Tight ends are able to do the same things running backs are able to do, and we see that, and we know that Pat Freiermuth can do that. But that's not to diminish Najee Harris at all. It's nice to have somebody who can do it all. So when this comes around, it's like, who are we gonna pay more? Who's gonna get more? I'm curious to see how this plays out, especially now that running backs are starting to speak up and be like, we are valuable. Well, we're valuable because we're going to be 100% at what we know best. Tight ends aren't going to be 100% at specifically being like knowing how the run, like being a running back on the field or being whatever you're doing.
Unless you're Connor Hayward.
Yeah. Yeah. Connor Hayward's different, but still. You see what I'm saying there? And that's why this is hard. This is hard. It hurts my soul to say, but it's true.
So my thing is I was like, so Pat's contract situation is going to happen next year because this is year 3 for him as well. And then he was a second-round pick, so he doesn't get that 5th-year option. So if they're going to re-sign him, that's going to be next offseason. And like I said, I fully expect him to pick up Najee's 5th-year option. So that'll push his contract situation another year out unless he tries to do like what Zeke did with the Cowboys, and he was pushing for a contract 2 years before his time was up, which, I mean, that could happen. But if all plays out correctly, Pat will get his contract next offseason, and then Najee will get his the next.
Okay. And I don't know why this is getting me thinking, when is TJ's contract up for renewal? Because
what do you do, a 4 or 5 year?
That doesn't land around the same time Kenny's gonna get his big contract, is it? Because could be.
Because with Kenny obviously gets 50-year option. He'll get his money in a perfect world. I'm still under the impression that he's going to be the kind of guy to take less to have more.
Like you saw Jalen Hurts do for the Eagles this year.
Yeah, or like kind of. I mean, Tom Brady did it for years, but obviously Tom Brady was married to one of the highest grossing supermodels of all time.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit easier for him to let go of some money. But yeah, I mean, Kenny's all about winning. So I think if obviously, I think TJ's contract's another 3 or 4 years down the line. So in a perfect world, we're hoping that TJ is still performing at that level come into that contract, and we bring him back. 50-year option for years. Yeah, with the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't take over stuff. Yeah, I agree. I think the sky's the limit for him. I mean, he's got a work ethic. I mean, he was on his honeymoon, and you're seeing workout videos being posted, or the receivers are buying in. He has one of his, if not 3 receivers at all of his workouts. I know Allen Robinson's been there frequently.
Wow.
Another name, Gunnar Chesky's been there, which still think he's going to be the odd man out this year. And then him and Connor Hayward have had a connection since high school. They played in like an all-star game together or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit for the offense. It's just going to be how are these plays designed? How are you going to design people to get the ball? Like, I mean, Calvin Austin, for example. I remember last year, Canada, before we found out, like, Calvin needed surgery, he was like, oh, we just don't know. We really don't know what to do with him. I was like, what do you mean? Just put the ball in his hands. He runs a 4. Really, he runs a 4.2. I know it was clocked at a 4.3, but he's faster than that. And, I'm excited to see what the offense looks like. I'm excited to see the highlights from training camp, the highlights of, hopefully Joey Porter gets under contract, and then him and George Pickens line up against each other. That's the one matchup I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah. I think that I I look at this running backs absorb the most punishment than any other position. Think about it, Najee will take more hits than you. Absolutely. So just the physicality of the position is something to think about compared to. I mean, so do tight ends. The tight ends are built bigger than little Najee.
Najee's not little though.
He's not.
He's
Oh,
like
is
no,
it just
he's like six.
pictures? Is it just the
He's
pictures?
he's like 6'2", like 230, 220.
Okay,
he's
he's not
he's
little.
he's a big boy. He's about the same size. I mean, Pat's like two inches taller, but I mean they're built the same.
Well, Darnell Washington's
He's
six
built different.
7.
Yeah,
So,
he's built different.
I'm so excited to see that on the field next season. What do y'all think? Do you think that Darnell Washington is just going to add an element of like largeness to the Pittsburgh Steelers, that you're just going to point him out, like you're just going to see him, you're going to know he's in the field because he's so big?
Yeah, and there was it was like Ray Filipalo or something like that. He was like, I don't think the beginning of the year we're going to see Darnell Washington get a hat. I was like, I disagree. I think because how dominant of a run blocker he is, we're going to see him in there because what they have preached over and over again, hey, we want to run the football. Okay, so why not? I mean, probably go out and say Darnell's our best run blocking tight end right now.
Especially if we can have if we have two tight ends lined up with Darnell Washington. Just think about it. Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell, an extra man out there blocking, like Pat, like we have endless opportunities for success this season. That's all I'm seeing. What like is that what you're seeing too?
Yeah, I mean, I think Colin Cowherd said it on his show the other day that the Steelers have a top 5 roster in the NFL, and
I'm so surprised.
I mean, yeah, he's been a Steelers hater for the past like 5 years.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
but yeah, he's finally turning around. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think as far as the roster goes, I mean, everything still has to pan out for certain individuals, but he's not far off from them being a top 5 roster right now.
And I think this year, like let's just say things go well this year. I'm curious to see if the Steelers will. This is like imaginary right now, but will if they will advance up to the next level of.
Lex Neville.
I'm dyslexic slightly. The next level of where these teams are headed to get to a Super Bowl, right? We see teams slowly starting to get better and better each year, and if we can take that next step next season, then we could be honestly in contention with the Bills, the Bengals. Well, hopefully we'll beat the Bengals this year. They just stuck out immediately because they went to a Super Bowl. The Eagles, the 49ers, and will be tested week 1 against the 49ers because the team who arguably had the best defense last year in the NFL is going up with a team with the highest speed defense and arguably going to be the best in the NFL this season. So
Yeah.
I think off of week 1, we're going to know I'm not going to know right away, but we're going to know or have a good feeling of things, even though it's still going to be week 1, we still have to work things out. I feel like so do the 49ers, though. They don't know who their starting quarterback is. I was talking to a bunch of 49ers fans from the Bay Area at the golf tournament last weekend because they all are coming from the Bay Area or Sacramento, and they're all 49ers fans. Some of them are saying Sam Darnold could start. And I'm like, please, I hope he does.
Yeah, it's I mean I hope it's Purdy just so the Purdy Pickett comparisons can go away. It's gonna be a tough matchup, and that's definitely one we want to see us, come out and dominate essentially. But I mean, football's all about how you finish the end of the year.
Yeah.
The hottest team at the end of the year is the one who usually wins the Super Bowl. And I mean, I think we could have made some noise in the playoffs last year if we would have made it. So yeah, barring any injuries or anything like that, I mean, we have the defensive makeup to stop these high-powered offenses on paper. Still got to see them out in the field. And then as long as the offense continues at the pace they were last year, and then Kenny takes that year 2 jump that we've seen in quarterbacks past few years.
Like
with
Joe
Herbert.
Burrow, Joe Burrow did. Let's
Trevor Lawrence. Yep.
Lawrence in his third. Yeah, Kenny has not putting pressure on Kenny, but Kenny does have a lot to live up to right now, especially when we're talking about quarterbacks becoming elite faster in the NFL, like seeing people like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes with 2 Super Bowls and 3. It's a level that you need to keep up with, or else you're going to get swallowed alive in this league.
Yeah.
And hearing Kenny you heard Kenny talk about how he feels on game day, right?
Mellow. Yep.
Mellow.
Yep.
Mellow. It's great. Just keep it mellow. Like Marshmallow, the song. I'm gonna keep it mellow.
Yeah, it's I mean, he showed that. I mean, he didn't flinch in the face of adversity last year in any of those games.
He pushed the guy with
he's not afraid to get in somebody's face. He's not afraid of the moment. I mean, he showed signs of being that guy, a quarterback that can, lead your team to a Super Bowl. And, I'm a little more optimistic this year than some people are. Some people are thinking it's a year away. I mean, I think it could be this year.
That is okay in my mind. Yes, that is goal of goals. But I like to think of it as okay, if we can get this little step accomplished, maybe we can reach this next little step, which maybe we can reach this next little step. And that will eventually get us to where we need to go.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to try and get my hopes up because I personally get my hopes up. I have a problem because usually it never happens. So
yeah, I feel like the last 10 years, every time this time around, I'll text my dad and be like, "This is the year. I feel it. We're gonna win it, and we gotta rock." I think I said it 2 years ago when we had that atrocious offensive line too. I walked into Kansas City thinking we were gonna beat them in the playoffs too.
That was honestly like running into a lion's den. That was.
TJ scored that touchdown on defense, and I was like, "We're gonna win this game. This is it."
It seemed to be like he was the only one that showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough day. Where's D Gray? Oh, my guy. He is actually at in Tampa right now. He's doing some high school media gig that he just got. But we did just record an episode that was released today for the 3-point stance. Yeah, so that's fun.
I texted him yesterday. I said, "Hey, you be able to hop on the podcast again sometime soon?" No response.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get a response out of him, even from me. Sometimes I'll double text him. I'm like, what am I doing here?
It's okay. I understand. I just wanted to say I saw this comment, saw Austin Eckler at the gym in Vegas, and he was shorter than I thought he was. That's funny because I have the opposite with someone that I saw last weekend. Okay. Andrew Whitworth is huge.
Is he like 6'6" or something like that?
He's not just tall, but his body is so proportionate to everything else. Yeah, he got a big head, but he also got a big torso. But he also got big legs, but it's also proportionate to the rest of his body. And he's perfectly fit. His face was just beautiful and clean, and you are a beautiful individual, Andrew Whitworth. It was great to see. That was really cool. I didn't think I'd ever see Andrew Whitworth in person. He was literally this close to me too. So seeing him, I was just like, this is sick. This is sick.
But on that note, I have to be at a softball game in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
we'll do that. Thank you so much for being here, Steelers fans.
Yes, of course.
Me now. But all right, Caleb, thanks for coming on. I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you, mate.
Bye. All right, you guys, it's just me. Do you guys have any questions for me? I went to a golf tournament last week, as you guys know, and I got to see a lot of athletes. I got to see Steph Curry's hole-in-one. I got to see Pat McAfee. You guys know I love Pat McAfee. I got to meet Pat McAfee, and it was the best experience of my life. Like, I was literally in shock the whole entire time. Like, I was like, wait, he's having a conversation with me right now. This is so cool. And the coolest thing about like talking to Pat McAfee was the things that he said to me. He said, be yourself. Keep up the good work. Just keep on being yourself. And I took that to heart. I appreciated that so much because one of the reasons why I love Pat McAfee, love watching his sports show, hearing him talk is because he is authentic. He is himself. He doesn't care what anyone else thinks. And if I like hadn't found his show, we probably wouldn't be here right now. We probably wouldn't be sitting here talking about the Steelers. We probably like wouldn't know each other virtually. So y'all can thank Pat McAfee for keeping this alive because girl was not in a good place after she left the local news industry. Didn't think I was ever going to talk about sports again. Now, the opportunity, and because of you guys who keep coming back every week, thank you so much. Seriously, it means a lot. So you guys are why I come back every week to this podcast. Pat's the reason why I started it up. So it's a collective effort. And yeah, it was super cool. AJ Hawk is huge. Huge. Aaron Rodgers is so cool. So fun to look at. Aaron, so fun to look at. You guys want to see the picture of me and Pat McAfee? If you guys care enough. Here's a picture. This is my screensaver. That was him fist pumping me, like going in to fist bump me. Old Gris says, love you, Mackenzie. Thank you. You see that? You see that's Pat going in to fist bump me? Let me see. Let me see. Do you guys see? Me in my little golf uniform. I know he is from Pittsburgh. That's why I was wearing my Pittsburgh Steelers hat, you guys. So, what's up? What's up, guys? What else did you want to talk about? We talked about Alex Highsmith's deal being huge. Talked about in the golf tournament. Any other questions? I saw so many people. Let's see. Was Jerome a decent golfer? I think so. I think I got a video of him golfing. See if do you guys want to see a picture of or a video of Jerome Bettis golfing? I can show you a video of Patrick Peterson. I met Patrick Peterson. Let's not forget whose signature is on my hat. Patty P. Did you ever want to be a Pittsburgh Steelers cheerleader? I didn't want to ever be a cheerleader, so no. Old Grizz. Let me look and see if I can get this video. Okay, wait. Okay, this is Patrick Peterson. Here, let me get you Patrick Peterson first, okay? Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have uploaded these videos so y'all could see them better, but here. Okay? Wait, I'll turn the sound on so you can hear how exciting it was. Oops. Sorry, I can't get this.
Let's go, Patrick. Go, Patrick. Nice ball. Yeah.
All right. So that was Patrick Peterson. Let me get you some Jerome Bettis. Okay, y'all. Here's Jerome Bettis. The bus at golf. Alrighty. I think he's a pretty good golfer. I know it's super hard to see.
Nice ball in the road.
Yeah, look at that man. Look at that. I do play golf. What's up, Colby? Thanks for checking in. How are you today? Mackenzie does play golf. I actually work at a golf course, you guys. Do you guys want to see some other videos from the golf tournament? I got some videos of... Oh, this is a video of Pat McAfee hitting a golf ball.
PGXs.
AJ Hawk and Aaron and the Miz. That's the Miz.
Let's go, Mizzy.
The Miz. So that was super cool. Miz was super funny. One of the guys was like crap talking the Miz. And he's just looking over and we're like, we love you, Miz. Like, we're not mean. We're not trying to be mean, bud. You want to see Baker Mayfield? Was Pat McAfee in the long drive contest? I don't know. I didn't get to see much. I was on hole 7. I just got to see what came through my hole. Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, he says he's hungry and he wants attention. Oh. They bowl 300 games in Michigan where I live. Oh, wow. That's cool. Hey, Jeremiah, I appreciate you for being here every week. I saw Ty and Boston Connor from afar, Daredevil. I wish I could have talked crap to Boston Connor. I would have been like, hey, you, Boston Connor, F you, want a beer? Because I was giving out Corona premieres to the players and everything. So I was working the Corona premiere tent. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, and then let's see, Rob Riggle from the actor. Do you want to see Steph Curry after he hit his hole-in-one? I was there for Steph Curry's hole-in-one. Did you guys see that? I can show you videos from that. But this is really fun. Do you want to see Steph Curry? Let me see. This was after he hit his hole-in-one. Can't see it. It's hard to see. His celebration run. I have it. I kind of have his celebration run. So this was before. This is while he was hitting. You just see him taking off. It was so cool. We didn't even know it was a hole-in-one when it was happening. It was like the screams were coming from the hole, and that's when we knew. And then we're like, holy cow. Holy cow, Mr. T. Holy cow. We got a hole-in-one. All right. Well, you guys, it's been 40 minutes of fun. But I gotta go. We gotta go get dinner. Right, Tuck? Do you want to go get food? He's like, Mom, it's time for food. All right, guys, any other questions? Any final thoughts? Any other things? How was little Tucker tonight? Jeremiah says, Tucker says he's good. He says, I'm hungry. Do you want food? He says, yes. He's going to run off. Did you know Baker Mayfield throws right? But yes, I did. I saw him golf. Hey, Tucker. Tucker just tried moving the light. He wants me gone. It was crazy because we were like, He's lefty and he throws righty. Made us think about it. Really did. Hey, Tucker, they say enjoy your supper, bud. Enjoy your sup. Thanks, Jeremiah. Thanks to everybody who came to listen and watch today. I will see you guys next week. Maybe I'll have another guest on. You guys, if in the world we could get Pat McAfee on, we're going to have a special show where it's going to be Ask McAfee. But that's not going to happen. He's never going to come on my podcast. But in the event that did happen, Ask MAKENZIE, special edition, Ask McAfee. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. Like I said, huge inspiration. Met a lot of inspirational people last week. Super grateful for every opportunity and I have to talk about sports. Thank you guys for being the ones I can share it with. Steelers fan, thank you so much. I appreciate all your kind words. Jared Devil, thanks for coming every single week, bud. You are the best. Watch out for that SoCal heat. It's getting pretty hot. Watch out, everyone. It's getting hot around the country. And thanks for brightening my day, Old Grizz. I'm so glad I can brighten your day. I'm going to take a picture of this. And this is awesome. Thanks, Old Grizz. Thank you. Alrighty, I will talk to you guys later. Get Pittsburgh Dad. Oh my God, getting Pittsburgh Dad on would be so fun. Pittsburgh Dad would be like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand why. Like, if we're mad, we'd probably be mad about something. We'll just have a rant, like a sarcastic banter back and forth. How about that? All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Bye, y'all.